Michelle Ekure. Okay, I'm from Delta State. We're in family of 8. Okay, I lost my brother, one of my brothers last year, so we're 7 now. So I'm the last child. I graduated from University of Benin, and I studied international studies and diplomacy in Uniben. When I was in school, I didn't know that I was going to venture into shoemaking. But as time went by, after I left school, I got a job in Lagos. That was one thing that brought me to Lagos. So while I was working, well, the job wasn't paying so well. Somehow I had to ask God for direction. So me doing shoes today is not by my making, right? So I just got the direction from God that, oh, I should go about these shoes, because I think I stopped my job for a while, and I was in a position, or how will I put it now, like I had to take a decision if I should stay in Lagos or go back to Delta State, because my mom was saying that, oh, if job is not forthcoming, or if your job is not so good in Lagos, why don't you just move down to Delta State, so maybe we can get you those ministry jobs. And because of the kind of person that I am, because back then in school I used to be a model, so I was not asking myself that, so I will not start working in ministry with all those old people with all those their biscuits and everything. I had to just go to God and ask God for direction. But while I was working at that time, there's a company in Lagos that they make customized slippers and sandals. So I was selling their product. When I prayed about it, the direction was, okay, why don't you meet these people and ask them if they can make your sandals with your own label, because that was the direction that I got from God. And yeah, I did. I asked them. They said yes, they can produce my design with my label. Well, it was a bit on the high side. So well, I did my first production from them. Then someone later introduced me to the guy that taught me how to make shoes. So that's how I started making shoes. And one thing I told God, that if truly He's the one speaking and directing me to go into this line of business, He will make me one. I said He will make me famous. He will make people to support me. Everybody that I tell I make shoes will support me. In fact, so the way I sell is just God. Well, at first, when I got the leading, like I said, I asked God that, okay, He has to help me out, because, of course, all parents, elder ones, they all have, sometimes we feel we know the best for the next person. You think, oh, the concept you have in your head I think this particular thing will be better for you. And that person might have his own agenda in life. So in my house, everybody, of course, your parents want to see you succeed. Every parent wants to see their children in a professional field. So when I got the leading, I just told God to take control. When I told my mom about it, I thought she was going to say, what nonsense is that one? Like, please, go and get something else and everything. But to my greatest surprise, she was so supportive and she was happy about it. And in my head, I was like, are you sure this woman, she's okay? In fact, the first money that I used in producing my first production, she gave me the money. And my brothers, my sisters, everybody just supported me. Most of my friends, because even at that time, I had a friend that she told our mutual friend that, please go and tell Michelle to get a proper job. Which one is this shoe making and everything? Then when I was just starting also, it was struggle, you know, because I started this shoe thing in 2011. As of 2011, there was no such thing like people producing, supporting made in Nigeria brand, especially when it comes to shoes. It is not as common as it is right now. So it was a bit of a struggle to sell, because nobody believed in made in Nigerian shoes. It's just few people that could understand or want to patronize you, and they are patronizing you not because some of them, not because they really like the product, or just a way of encouraging you. So it was hard. So it was as if I was living from hand to mouth. So it wasn't. So when she said that, like, tell her to get a proper job and everything, but the person didn't tell me until maybe years later, when they saw that, oh, this shoe thing, because I didn't give up on it, even when I had the many opportunities to just give up and go and get a job. I even tried to get normal jobs, 8 to 5 jobs, but I just told myself that I would stay true to the end. It was hard, it was difficult, but I could see that the future is brighter, because I think at some point people began to accept the made in Nigeria products. So I just told myself that I'm going to stay true to this thing to the end, whatever happens at the end, because I don't like when I start up something, I don't like to start then leave it halfway. I like to follow it through to the end. So if I fail, I know I have failed, but I know I gave it my best, right? So that's what I did. Even the person or the set of people that were saying that, don't worry, she will give up soon, she will drop this thing along, she will go and get a job, they were the ones now celebrating me. There are times that people just call me like, oh, I saw your product somewhere, or I saw somebody told me about you and stuff like that. If I had given up when it was difficult, I'm very sure that the kind of clientele I have today, I will not have them. So there are people watching you, there are people telling your story. Even I have some customers that some people, they know about my product, they've not purchased anything from me, but they tell people, they bring customers for me. So that's how funny it is. That means people are watching you, people are watching you do the things you do. So don't give up. I don't believe that there's any job that is strictly for male and female. And for me, the kind of person I am, I like daring things. In fact, recently I had to tell someone to teach me, I think like last year, I called a friend of mine that I want to learn furniture. And he looked at me and said, what's wrong with you? The shoemaking job you are doing, is that one not enough? You shall just like stress. Mine is not stress. To me, there are people who are just naturally talented. As far as I'm using my hands to do that thing, I do it very well. Some people express their intelligence by their hands, by the things they can create. So I think I fall under that category. So I'm very good. So when it comes to yes, it was, there are people who will, in fact, I didn't ever feel threatened about the whole oh, you are in a male industry or anything. I've never felt threatened. Instead, it's the guys that usually feel threatened, like she's doing well because she's a woman and everything. I believe if you can if what you're doing is good, people will naturally patronize you. If my shoes were not good, the finishing and everything, I'm very sure I will not have the kind of clientele that I have today. My work speaks for itself. So I never felt threatened. Instead, I had to put in all the work to make sure that, oh, my work speaks excellence, because that's just it. For young people who are you want to pursue your dream, the thing I would say, because I cannot take God out of the things that I do. In fact, if you even read the Bible very well, you see that there are people who God naturally just poured that spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of everything. See, He has already put those things inside of us. So God did not create anybody useless. He created us with everything we need to survive in this life, in our lifetime. So even talent, everything. There are times you'll be so amazed at the things you can do. You'll be so shocked that there are things that you think you cannot do. You'll be so shocked that if you put your mind into it, what you can really achieve. Nobody is born useless. So whatever you are doing, well, there are young people who do not know what to do. There's a particular thing that you are doing that you don't know that you can make money from it. You can actually, the way the world works right now, you can actually make money from even as small as let me even use the TikTok people, creating content. Now, depending on the content you want to create, there's a way you will create your content. If you are very good, you will make money from it. So whatever you've put your mind into, follow it through to the end. The beginning part is difficult. When you start, it's difficult. Don't allow any motivational person to deceive you that I started with this thing. They will not tell you the hustle. They will not tell you the struggle behind it. It is difficult. And whatever you are doing, be content with what you have and what you are doing. Don't look at someone else's success. Your success is different from the next person's success. So don't look at the next person that, oh, this person is doing well, I'm just here struggling. See, follow it through. See, when you start reaping the things that you have sown, you'll be so amazed. People will see you, they'll think you did blood money. It's a gradual process. There's no rush. There's no rush in anything. Even God, when He was creating heaven and earth, He took time to create each day. But on the seventh day, He rested. And He saw that the things that He did was good. So what makes you think that you can start your business today and just blow like tomorrow? It doesn't work like that. It's a process that you need to just follow through to the end, and you enjoy it at the end of the day. Well, like I always say, expensive is relative. because because there are times that what you think is cheap to this person is expensive to the next person. So it has not been easy, because every now and then I'm always looking for dollars. Someone said, I think are you working with all these black markets people? I'm always looking for dollars, because I need to make my shoes in such a way that I can sleep at night. I source for the best material outside the country. You know, people will tell you, oh, why don't you source in locally? The local materials, we have good heights in Nigeria. Trust me, we have the best height. But we do not have the capacity to process it to that finished state that you can use it to make shoes. Or I think the ones they manage to produce here, you can only use it to make slippers and bags. But for shoes, because it's different, the textures are different. So I purchase my leather outside the country, even the sole of my shoes, because I need the best. I need something that will last. It's not all about the money, but producing good stuff for people to wear, because that's the only thing that will keep people coming back to you, when they know that, okay, the leather is not synthetic, the sole, they are good. So it will just keep people coming back over and over. Yes, the pricing might be a bit on the high side. Like I said, is relative. I won't say that my shoes, I don't see my shoes as expensive when because of the kind of materials that I use in producing them. So it's not, to me, it's not expensive, but to the next person it might be on the high side. But I sell quality, because I believe that no matter what it is, people want to buy quality. I remember someone said, why do you use these good materials to produce? He said, oh, use synthetic, so that in next 2-3 months they can come back to you and buy. I said, no, I rather you use the shoe for 10 years, 5 years, and it's very okay, than you complain. I said, because the complaint, I'm killing my brand, the brand that is struggling to stand. So you want me to start off with synthetic? I said, no, it won't work that way. Let me, because if I make slippers for you, in fact, you will literally throw it away or give it out, because the materials, the sole, everything that I will use, it will last for a very long time. Like, I can confidently tell you that, okay, bait with it. That's the confidence that I have. So I don't like using inferior materials just because I want people to keep coming. It's better you buy one off. Of course, we are not praying for one off, you know. Better you use a very good, that's what people can easily relate with. Like, oh, she sells good shoes. And that's what I am all about. Good shoes, quality shoes. Yeah. I'm building my brand in such a way that it can stand with other bigger brands in the world. In next 5 years, Michelle Leathers will be a household name that people can, in fact, you don't, like when you see other brands, nobody needs to tell you, oh, this is this brand. You just know it by just merely looking at it. Yes, that's where I'm headed to. Like, very soon it's going to be like that. So when you see Michelle Leather, my bags, my shoes, my belts, you will know, oh, this is Michelle Leathers. We are getting there.